G'day team, Josh here. Today I want to talk to you about why working hard is keeping you stuck. So why working hard is keeping you stuck in the business, keeping you stuck from growing, keeping you stuck from up-leveling your life, your business, and it really comes down to a couple of key things that I want to cover with you in today's episode. So, first and foremost, one, I get it because I've been through these patterns and sometimes I still kind of work through this work hard mentality. I've got to pull myself out and go, nah, there's a different way. And so there's this, as a society, we have this really ingrained hard work ethic, this really ingrained hard work mentality, which is, I want to achieve X, I've just got to work harder. I want to achieve Y, I've just got to work harder. Now, do not get me wrong. You have to work hard. You have to put effort in. You have to take action to see results happening out there. You have to move the puck forward. Action is required. That's just a given. But there is a really strong pattern of behavior, or a really strong thing that I see playing out in a lot of my clients, which is, I just have to keep working harder and harder and harder. And the problem with that approach is that it leads to burnout, it leads to overwhelm, it leads to, unhappy relationships, it leads to health challenges, it leads to depression, anxiety. There's a whole bunch of things around this kind of push, hustle culture that I want to address in today's episode. So, first and foremost, I want to normalize it, which is we have a society that ingrains this within us, and also depending on your upbringing. I grew up in a very rural upbringing where it was just you work really hard from dawn till dusk. There are no rests. You get one day off on the weekend, and usually that, even then, you're still doing stuff around the house. So I grew up around that. I really know what that hard work ethic and that hard work mentality is and where it comes from. So I just want to address that and normalize it. So most of society have this, and it's also societal and it's also an upbringing thing. So most of us have that kind of ingrained hard work ethic. But I want to talk to you about today and address this, which is, so yes, we have this mentality in order to achieve our goals, that in order to get from where we are to where we want to go, we have to work harder and harder and harder. And I just want to address that is looking at life through the lens with blinkers on, in terms of we're not opening ourselves up to the opportunities around us to leverage our time, to leverage our team, to ask for help, to ask for assistance, to do a whole bunch of things. I think we just get so caught up in, and there's a whole bunch of other patterns there in terms of, it's just easier if I do it myself. No one can do this as good as me, so I'm just going to keep all the work to myself. I work with a lot of really amazing technician business owners who are wanting to go to, we've got a road mapping boardroom, which is technician business owner to conductor business owner to lifestyle business owner. And I work with a lot of incredible people that have come in to work with us because they're just stuck spinning the wheels in technician business owner. They want to get to conductor, they want to get to lifestyle, but they just don't know how. And that's what I'm addressing today, which is this hard work mentality and this kind of hoarding mentality, which is only I can do this work. And, it feels good to be needed and it feels good to have everything rely on you, but that's just keeping some of your patterns feeling good about yourself, but it's actually sabotaging the growth of your business. So if you want to grow, and not even if you want to grow, if you just want to have a different business, if you want to have a business where you get to take time off, you've set it up really well, you've got even 1 or 2 or 3 staff working with you, or a virtual assistant or an admin, you've got people working with you to help you leverage your time. Even if you just want to have a really amazing business where you work 3 days a week and do great work, and maybe you feel it's not about the revenue, maybe it's just about the lifestyle, whatever your goal is, this mentality will hold you back. Because if you keep hoarding and you keep everything going through you're just going to slow down and sabotage the growth of your business. So there's a couple of things I want to talk about, which is, one, I talk to boardroom clients all the time about this. We want to, in the business, do less, but better. So do less but better. We think that we have to work with 10 different types of clients. We think that we have to go and bid on all these different projects. We think that we then have to set up our business to deliver all these projects. And like, how good is it to be busy and we're going and chasing all this work? How good is it to have all of these staff, but no one's really doing much? Like, we want to do less but better. And we really want to narrow our focus in the business to really focusing on fixing one or two, three things at a time, and really narrowing that down so that we don't have that sense of overwhelm, and so there's so many fires to kind of put out. So one is, instead of doing more and working harder and taking on more work and all those sorts of things, let's do less but better, because we become more valuable to our clients if we're amazing in our certain niche and we do incredible work for them. We become incredibly valuable to our industry. Staff will seek you out because you're a niche operator that does, you work in one or two sectors, not 15. So you're doing less but better. And it's just such a simple business model, but not many people do it because they just like to be busy all the time and having everything going through them and working hard. So one, do less but better. Do less but better. So simplify things down. The other thing is using your revenue. Like, as you grow, you're going to start making money. I want you to think about it through a different lens, that as you make more money, I want you to take some of that revenue to buy back your time. So we're not taking that revenue to grow, we are taking that revenue to then invest back into the business to buy back your time. So what do I mean by that? So again, we're removing this hat or this mentality of I need to do everything. I just need to work harder and do more hours. And instead of getting up at 5 a.m., I get up at 4 a.m. Instead of going to bed at 9 p.m., I go to bed at 10 p.m. Instead of doing all of that and that work hard, hustle kind of culture, it's like, I'm going to take some of my hard-earned revenue and I'm going to invest it back into the business. I'm going to invest it back into me to buy back my time. So as you kind of grow, you might be like, cool, now it's time to bring on an admin person to start to take over some of the fee proposals. Okay, great. So you're going to invest some of your revenue back into that person. So you don't have to do that stuff anymore. You're buying back your time. You're upgrading the opportunity cost of your time. So instead of you doing fee proposals or answering your emails or any of the admin stuff in your business, which you can pay someone, let's call it $30 or $40 an hour, you're paying someone to do that, which means that your time's then worth more. Your time's now worth $200 an hour or $300 an hour. So you're constantly investing your revenue to buy back your time, which means you're constantly elevating your role in the business. So it's just a different mentality. Like, how do I leverage my time better? Instead of just going, I've got to get this done. It's all got to go through me. I've just got to work harder. I've got to work faster. I've got to be more efficient. That's just a slow, in my opinion anyway, that's just a slow demise into a really stressful business. You've basically just bought yourself a job. You're not allowing your staff to step up because you're hoarding everything. Whereas a different mentality, how can I leverage my time better? How can I start to empower my team around me to take over aspects of the business? How can I invest some of our revenue into training some of our staff, in training myself as a business owner? How can I invest some of our revenue into systems and processes and getting more efficient, into marketing? Like, it's just, as you grow, it's like I've got a portion of my revenue that I want to set aside to reinvest back into me in the business to help me buy back my time. And so if you approach your business like that, like steps on a ladder, like you're just slowly going up, as you grow, you get admin support. As you grow again, it's more technical support. As you grow again, you're building team. As you grow again, it's hiring, or bringing in team leaders or elevating team leaders from within. As you keep growing, it's bringing on general manager, operations manager, and you'll just slowly, like you see steps on a ladder, you are slowly elevating yourself and your role in the business until at some point, you've largely built yourself out of all of the day-to-day, all of the operations. And ideally, if I look at the goals of most of our clients in Boardroom, is to get to that lifestyle business owner where they're not required to deliver work, or they're providing high-level technical overview on projects, and they are purely involved in strategy, direction, and the growth of their business. So if that's the goal that you want, or you just want to get a technician business owner and stop being so required to put out fires and that sort of stuff, you've got to look at ways to buy back your time and to have a different mentality around the revenue in your business. So different mentality, how can I leverage my time better instead of I've just got to work harder or work more? Can you see the difference? So team, that's probably all I wanted to cover today. I just wanted to really kind of drill down into that and look at some of the psychology in terms of why do people hold themselves back? Why do people keep working stupid hours? Why do they keep hoarding work in their business? As opposed to just let's flip the viewpoint, flip how we observe, flip how we conduct ourselves in our business, and we can slowly elevate ourselves out of the day-to-day into a role that we really love and really enjoy. So team, I hope that helps. So look, if you want to keep doing this journey on your own, we obviously have a ton of free resources where you can access YouTube channel, podcast, website, all those sorts of things if you want to keep doing the journey on your own. But if you want some help, if you want to join Boardroom, be surrounded by an amazing community of incredible business owners, and you just want to be shown the pathway to go down to grow your business with confidence, reach out. Let's have a chat and see how we might be able to work together in Boardroom to help you build the business that you want. Have an amazing day.